I was introduced to CarpetLOK about 2 years ago, and when you're introduced to a new system, you do have questions in the back of your mind, concerns on one point and a lot of opportunity on the other. And when you look at an installation that I just an hour ago saw for the first time with a large quantity of interface being installed with the CarpetLOK system, I now see opportunity. The concerns I may have had at one point would have been the lack of adhesive, which shouldn't be a concern with our tile, and I know tactiles work, but this is one step further than tactiles, and it works beautifully. The other thing I was interested in getting here to see this job was to actually talk to installers to get their perspective on the installation. And I've been very, very pleased at their response to CarpetLOK. And I think they're extraordinarily pleased with CarpetLOK because they can install more product faster and easier without any, literally, mess. So I'm extraordinarily pleased, and it looks great. It looks great.
I wasn't really familiar with it. Understood it was a loose lace system. A little bit skeptical only because I know that with rolling loads you have an issue with the carpet tile floating on you. So until we actually got to see what the field measurement, the field situations look like, we were satisfied after we saw it. It keeps itself in check every 4 tiles, so we know that there's very little movement between the CarpetLOKs and the tiles once they're in place. When you're gluing things down, you're tying up the other trades because that floor has to dry, and the guys, the installers, are standing around waiting for that floor to dry. So it's that much less time wasted. You're going at it right away. These guys hit the ground running, come in here, and they had 300-400 yards put down in the first half day. So there was productivity is up, and you're not holding up other trades. In your mind's eye, if you're going around an obstacle and you're going to bring that carpet tile back around and tie it into the other side, essentially going around in a circle, you got to bring everything back together on the other end. Lines have to be snapped to keep yourself in check so that when you do get around to the other side, you're meeting up as you should be. With this system, you can do that side, do this side, and tie them in, and you don't need to go through any of the aggravation of snapping lines, making sure that you're right, because you've checked yourself, you're mated up with the access panels. There's no room for mistake, there's no room for error. It comes back together. We'll run a hallway that ties into 2 separate areas, and by the time we're done with that hallway, that'll come up dead even with the other tile. Once they understood what they were doing and the concept that you don't have to do a stair stack to start putting carpet tile in, you can start in the middle of the room, which you don't do in normal installations, or you can break off and go into another area separate, independent from this area, and it all comes back together. The GC and the end user are both satisfied. We are approximately 5 days ahead of schedule with a manpower of 4. We had the option of bringing in 4 other guys if we wanted to. There was no need to do it. So we had these guys going elsewhere. These guys stayed here, and here we are. We're coasting in at the end with 3 days of cushion. It makes it nice when you have that kind of cushion.
Yeah, I was skeptical. I saw the little things. At this point, I've only been with it for a few days, but yeah, it looked a little kooky, but it seems to be, it seems to be working all right. It's basically the same as tactile. You don't have the little stickers holding it together. You have these, the little plastic things every so often. It's a lot quicker. It's faster going in. You don't have to take the time to lay out, to, like when you wrap around poles, or you connect from one wall, when you wrap around the wall, it's a lot easier because the layout's already there on the floor for you. It's faster. You don't have to spread adhesive. It's so far it's been great. It's been really good.
You just come in, bring your product, set it wherever, pick a spot, and just spread out. You don't have to strike any lines or anything like that. You can have a couple guys just go out in different directions and cover a lot of area in a short amount of time. With this system, 99% of it is with the CarpetLOK system. Some, like along the walls, you do have to put a some tactiles just to keep it holding, but 99% of the area is mainly the CarpetLOK system. There's no downtime. We're always producing, always putting product down, which is good. Well, tactiles are a little bit slower because you got to go up through, put your tactiles down, and then put your carpet down. Whereas compared to this, you don't have to worry about that. You can just put your tile down, and the CarpetLOK system locks it all in place. I mean, you can walk across the floor, and it feels like the tiles are glued down. It doesn't really feel like a floating floor.
If you have installers that are happy with the installation, they take a little more time to do, to clean their work up, and everything looks neat and it's done well, and that's key to us. Not to mention, punch list is much lighter. We don't have a lot of callbacks as far as going into, a bad seam, or it's something that we can correct right away. We're familiar with the system now. We're comfortable with it. We'd run with this comfortably, and we know that we could keep our labor costs down, even though it balances out because production is way up on these guys. I know that my guys would be willing to work for less money, knowing how easily this system went down.
I would continue to do this forever. Yeah. From my point of view, it's quicker, and that's the bottom line to me. The faster I put it in, the more money I take home.
The use of the CarpetLOK, not having adhesive underneath the carpet and providing that alignment so that you get that better efficiency with the carpet tile, to me was a great solution. And so I've been a big believer in it ever since I learned about it. When I walked in here today and saw the carpet installed on top of the finished raised access floor, just absolutely beautiful, and such an exciting space for the customer.